I am the Gridiron Ghost, the voice that lingers after the final whistle fades. Some stories rise from victories, others from rivalries, but some come from a song. And this one, well, it starts high in the Tennessee hills, where fiddle strings hum like wind through pine, and pride rolls louder than thunder through the Smokies. This is Rocky Top Revival, Tennessee's Hymn of the Hills. The year was 1967. A husband and wife, Boudleaux and Felice Bryant, sat in the Gatlinburg cabin, surrounded by mountain silence and sheets of unwritten music. They penned hits for everyone from the Everly Brothers to Buddy Holly, but this time they wanted something simpler, something that felt like home. In 10 minutes flat, Rocky Top was born, not for money, not for radio, but for love of the land, the people, and the place they called Tennessee. A tune about mountain freedom and simple living, about chasing dreams and finding peace. A melody so pure it could only belong to one state, one soul. They didn't know it then, but that song would one day echo through 100,000 orange hearts inside Neyland Stadium. 5 years later, in 1972, the pride of the Southland Band played Rocky Top for the first time during a Tennessee game. The moment those first banjo notes rang out, something shifted. The crowd didn't just listen, they rose. A cheer rolled through Neyland like a thunderclap in the valley. From that day forward, Rocky Top wasn't just a song, it was a declaration. The melody spread like wildfire across campus. From tailgates to dorms, from classrooms to chapel bells, soon it was everywhere. On every radio, every rally, every heart that bled volunteer orange. In 1982, the Tennessee legislature made it one of the official state songs. But to volunteers, it had already been the state song all along. Ask anyone who stood inside Neyland Stadium on a Saturday afternoon, and they'll tell you, you feel Rocky Top before you hear it. The pride of the Southland Band, over 400 strong, stands in formation. The drum major raises the baton, and with a single motion, the brass unleashes a sound that could wake the mountains themselves. The fans join in, not as spectators, but as choir. It's not singing, it's summoning. And when 100,000 voices belt out, Rocky Top, you'll always be home sweet home to me, you realize it's more than music, it's a promise. In 1998, as confetti fell on Tempe, Arizona, Peyton Manning stood grinning beneath a sea of orange, humming those familiar notes after Tennessee claimed the national title. Years later, the sound still lingers. A song that binds generations. But the legend doesn't stop on the field. It's in the Vol Walk, where players march through fans to the stadium gates, every step a heartbeat in rhythm with Rocky Top. It's in the checkerboard end zones, a symbol of pride painted in orange and white since the 1960s. A design inspired by the architectural pattern of the old Volunteer Stadium. And it's in stories too personal for broadcast. Couples who danced to Rocky Top at their weddings, veterans who asked it to play at their funerals, students who left Knoxville but kept that tune as their life's soundtrack. Even during the quiet days of the pandemic, when the stadium sat silent, band members stood on balconies across campus, brass glinting in sunlight, playing Rocky Top to an empty hill, just to remind the world the song never stopped. Rocky Top isn't polished or perfect. It's raw. It's real. It's Tennessee. It celebrates independence and belonging all at once. That mountain spirit that says, we'll do it our way, thank you kindly. That's why it hits differently in Neyland than anywhere else. Because it isn't just a fight song. It's a cultural anthem. A reminder that pride doesn't come from perfection. It comes from perseverance. And just like those volunteers who take the field each fall, Rocky Top doesn't ask for approval. It just plays, loud and proud, for anyone willing to listen. Over the years, Rocky Top has become more than Tennessee's theme. It's its identity. It's what connects the grandmother who sat in Neyland in the 1950s to the grandchild wearing orange today. It's what bridges the Appalachian roots of bluegrass with the roar of modern college football. A song that began in a cabin and now shakes the foundations of one of the loudest stadiums in the nation. And maybe that's why it endures. Because no matter where you go or how far you travel, when those first notes hit, you're back home. Back on Rocky Top. Every school has a song, but few have a story like this one. Written in 10 minutes, sung for 50 years, lived forever. Rocky Top is more than a melody, it's a memory machine. A hymn for the hills, for the pride of a people who never forgot where they came from. So when you hear it, whether it's in Neyland or on a back porch somewhere in the Smokies, remember this. You're not just listening to Tennessee's song. You're hearing the sound of home. Next week, we head down to New Orleans, where brass bands march, legends collide, and the heartbeat of black college football fills the air. It's the Bayou Classic, when the bands march and legends collide. The lights dim, the echoes fade, but the spirit remains. I am the Gridiron Ghost, a witness to every chant, every cheer, every chapter of this game we love. You've been listening to Campus Chronicles, Beyond the Game, a JourneyWise Studios production, where the past still speaks and the stories never rest. Follow the echoes wherever you listen. And until next time, keep your spirit loud, your history close, and remember, the echoes never fade.